Hello, Cavaliers, and welcome to the 5th edition of Cav Media. Last Thursday, the Billington Library hosted a discussion over Prince Harry's book, Spare. We moved to Kennison for more info.
Hi, I'm Kennison Malama with Cav Media, and we spoke to Andrea Timich about Spare and the discussion that occurred.
I was just wanting Maya Lawrence over in the student center. She actually and I had a chat about the Royals and the book coming out, and she actually inspired me to go out and read the book. And the second I read the book, I said, okay, I know other people read books on this, and I want to talk about this. And then I looked up the fact that Spare was the fastest selling book, and it had over 1,000 of readers in the public library. So like 1,000 people were on the whole for the book, and it's about 800 people on the ebook. I knew people wanted to talk about this, so I decided to put together a discussion.
I've heard a lot about Harry and Meghan in the news these past couple weeks, and I just wanted to see what the book was about and, kind of hear some opinions about it. I definitely feel like the Queen and Philip were big on bringing the media and institution into their little private traditions. Previously, nobody knew what was said at the Christmas speech or what happened during the coronation, and then as soon as media was allowed in, they took full advantage of it, I feel and they started exploiting the royal family, and that's when the first tabloid started. And I think it was Princess Margaret that was the first one to start causing controversy and all that. So that's really interesting.
However, not everyone agreed with this discussion.
Are you paparazzi specialist? Are you against spam?
I am actually an information specialist.
You are a specialist. It sounds like you're ripping apart the Brits, and I am related to them. Once a Brit, always a Brit, right? But what you're saying about Prince Harry is very negative and connotative to your class.
I don't think so at all. I think that we are actually trying to give him a very fair...
Let me speak American now. You're speaking incorrectly about the prince. You're ripping him apart. You're telling your class a lot of lies. Your opinion is not standardized here in America, and it doesn't match what you think.
I'm Kennison with Cav Media.
From books to poetry, we had a poetry reading hosted by the English department to give faculty a chance to share poems with students and other staff.
We talked to Bob Sikora to see about what poetry meant to him.
What I like to tell my students is that poetry is this space and this technology almost, this tool where you try and use language to say the things that you can't actually ever figure out or resolve. All of the stuff that we care about and we love and we think about that's hard and almost impossible to actually ever communicate, poetry is the space where we can do that.
Poetry to me is kind of this new way of exploring how to write. I write a lot of prose, and the way that I really like writing descriptions in those prose, and so transferring to poetry fit really well for me because I was able to take those descriptions and say, okay, how can I make this just a little more abstract and make it more visual?
I think there's so many things as a self-conscious person, as a shy person, that keep me, from being the person that I want to be on a regular basis. And in poetry and on the page, and then in particular when I'm reading out loud, it's oh, that's who I want to be.
I'm Silas Lohr with Cav Media.
That is all we have for this week's Cav Media. Stay warm and safe, and we will see you next time.